Alright, word to the wise. If you're in the trunk of a car thought to be dead by 3 mobsters, don't start making noise. Words to live by. Today on the Bearded Movie Guy, Bearded Movie Guy looks at Goodfellas. It's a Martin Scorsese film. Let's see what he has to say about it. Brought to you by the Bearded Movie Guy. Hi, I'm the Bearded Movie Guy, and today I'm looking at Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a 1990 film directed by Martin Scorsese. I like saying it like that. Starring Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Paul Sorvino, Lorraine Bracco, and Frank Vincent. Let's look at what it's about. Goodfellas is the story of one kind of low-level mobster guy named Henry Hill. It starts with the trunk of the car thing, which, again, if you've seen the movie, it's words to live by. It basically starts with some guys killing a guy in the trunk of a car and burying him, but then it cuts back to the beginning, when Henry Hill is a kid. He always wanted to be a wise guy. He ends up becoming a wise guy. He gets in doing low-level stuff. And it's all about this Henry Hill as a kid. He meets another kid named Tommy that he pairs up with and becomes friends with. And he ends up working for the mob. And then Jimmy, who's a little bit older than them, kind of takes them under his wing, and they pull off some amazing robberies and kind of just live the life of being mobsters. Wise guys. Good fellas. You know. Good feathers. Yeah, Animaniacs did a whole thing about it's awesome. Still good feathers. They're basically good fellas. A kid's show doing an animated version of the Goodfellas. It's freaking awesome. The rest of the story is pretty much how Henry Hill moves up in the mob. It all falls apart and he starts getting in trouble, and he gets caught, then he goes to jail, then he goes back, and everything about his life is all with the mob. So he marries a girl, and then she finds out that everything she does has to be with these people because she doesn't have any friends outside of the mob. All the mob wives hang out together, and she's now part of the crew, basically. And it just follows Henry Hill, and it's a true story. It's pretty freaking awesome that this is a true story. Martin Scorsese. Let's talk about Martin Scorsese. He's a very, very talented man. The only problem with Martin Scorsese is he can't make films for just everybody, because the films he wants to make generally are very adult, have a lot of swearing, and have a lot of violence. But they are amazing films, and they're worth seeing. If you don't like language, they're still worth seeing. If you don't like violence, they're probably still worth seeing. If you don't like language, violence, and Joe Pesci, then give up, don't watch it. But, you know, it's got Joe Pesci with some of the greatest lines ever, where he's like, I'm funny how? How do I amuse you? I'm funny? Like I'm a funny clown? What? How am I funny? The tension. Ray Liotta plays Henry Hill. This was kind of a really big thing for him at the time because he was still young as an actor, and he's getting to play with Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, Paul Sorvino. It's just awesome. And it's Martin Scorsese filming it. The film looks immaculate. There's shots that Scorsese does that are just brilliant. It kind of has all his Scorsese-isms. So it has a guy narrating. It has freeze frames where guys start talking after, like, so in the middle of a scene, it'll stop. And then you hear the dialogue as at this point that I knew that Tommy was going to kill me with a knife. Like, that kind of stuff. It's got tracking shots. It's got everything. It's got an insane ending for a day where a guy has to pick up his brother, cook meatballs, do drug deals. It's just... It's so fast-paced, it's kind of mind-boggling, and it's so awesome. The music perfectly fits it. Scorsese actually knows exactly what songs he wants to put where. When he's thinking of the script, he's like, that song right there. And you know what? He's right every freaking time. Joe Pesci is awesome. Robert De Niro is Robert De Niro, and he's really Robert De Niro in this role. He Robert De Niro this role all over the place in the best way possible. Paul Sorvino is great. It's so funny because Paul Sorvino in real life is a really nice guy. He's just this sweet guy. And he's playing a mob boss that doesn't speak much. And it took him a while to figure out how to do it because he was just like, I'm way too nice to be this mob boss. But he pulled it off, and yeah, he looks intimidating. Water. In case you were wondering. Lorraine Bracco is awesome in this. She's like the main woman in the film. She's Henry Hill's wife, and she has to hold their whole life together where he's in prison, or where he's being a wise guy, or where he's cheating on her, where she does an insanely good job. She's the only woman really in the whole film that kind of has a main part. All in all, this is probably Scorsese's best movie. Probably. Wolf of Wall Street's really close. It's like I waffle back and forth between the two.
waffles. Anyways, I give it 5 beards out of 5. It's a fully bearded movie. It's perfect. Martin Scorsese did awesome. The cast did awesome. The music's awesome. The cinematography's awesome. Can I say awesome a bit more? No, I don't think I can. I think I've used up my quota for the day. No, I can't. See, it's done. Thanks for watching. Tell me your favorite Martin Scorsese movie. It's either this or Wolf of Wall Street for me. Those two are just so close. And until next time, stay bearded, everyone.
You've been watching the Bearded Movie Guy. He loves Goodfellas. It's a good time, Goodfellas. Goodfellas is a good time. It's good. Yeah. Forget about it. Subscribe and tell your friends. And as always, you're told safely.